The electric clock operator is Mr. Murray Foster and the official scorekeeper is Ms. Queen Carter. Now the starting lineup for tonight's game. First for the Lady Eagles of Cove, coached by Mr. Sammy Park. Starting at one guard, the sophomore, number 14, Missy Shoup.
Missy Shoup is the one wing for Cove. Junior is Cynthia Bowen, I believe. A little bit of a mix-up down there on the court. Number 30, Robin Duncan. And number 34, Laura Johnson for the Cove War Eagles. And now for the Gate City varsity team.
Starting at one guard, the junior, number 10,
Joanna Bellamy, starting at point guard.
The senior, number 24, Amy Morris.
Amy Morris.
At one forward, the sophomore, number 33,
Heather Smith.
At the other forward, the senior, number 35, Trish Edwards. And at center, the senior, number 4, Tracy Ghost.
And Tracy Ghost. That's the starting lineup for Gate City's Lady Devils varsity team. The game will be starting in a moment here with the Cove War Eagles. The JV team was successful. They won by a score of 50-some to about 17, I believe, something like that. Jumping for Gate City is number 4, center Tracy Ghost. Amy Morris back on defense. Tracy wins the jump. Amy Morris bringing the ball down for Gate City to the top of the key. Dribbles inside to the wing position, looks inside, puts up the shot just off the rim. Rebounded by number 34, passes off to 30 and back to number 24, Bledsoe. Bledsoe at the top of the key, looking inside. Joanna Bellamy playing some good defense. Passes to number 30. 30 comes inside, puts up the shot, and she gets it. That's Duncan with 2. Bellamy with the ball, looking down court to Trish Edwards. Edwards passes to Amy Morris, off to Tracy Ghost. Ball is up in the air, bouncing around, and it's rebounded by number 42. Passes off to Bledsoe, who brings the ball down the court for Cove. Gate City varsity team falling behind here, 0-2. Pass to the inside, broken up by Edwards, rebounded by Ghost. Morris bringing the ball down the court for Gate City. Looking inside, finds Edwards on the wing position. Shot is up just off the front of the rim. Smith tries to get to the ball for the rebound, a little bit late. Heather Smith has a black eye from the previous game with Richlands. Pass is to number 30, Duncan. Back to Bledsoe for Cove. And to 42 on the inside. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Morris and Ghost. Morris now with the ball. Ghost finally did come down with it. Morris at the top of the key, looks into Heather Smith. Heather looking to put up a shot, finds Bellamy inside to Ghost. Ghost tries to spin in, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Edwards, puts up the shot just off the rim. Rebounded by number 42 and passed off to Bledsoe. Bledsoe passes into number 30. 30 comes up and the shot is blocked by Tracy Ghost. Foul is called against her on that play, and I believe a timeout is called. I'm not sure if that was Gate City's timeout or Cove calling the timeout. It was Gate City's timeout. We're a few minutes into the game here. There's 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. Gate City is down by 2 points. Score is 0-2. A couple other players getting some shots off. Morris got a shot off just off the rim from three-point range. Edwards from about the same area caught the front of the rim. They're not warmed up yet. They're not playing like they usually do. They've only lost one game this season. I believe that was to Twin Springs. They need to get psyched up and back into the game. They get hot and score about 14 points at a time. They need to do that sometime in this first period. Duncan at the line for Rye Cove. She's got 2 shots. First shot is up and good. Duncan has the only 2 points for Rye Cove. Second shot is up and she sinks it also. So she now has 4 points for Rye Cove. Bellamy with the ball, passes off to Edwards, back to Bellamy. Bellamy breaking up the court. Looks back for Edwards, finds Smith. Smith to Morris at the wing position. Morris looking inside, slows it down, lets the offense set up. Looks inside, finds Edwards at the baseline, passes into Smith. Smith into Ghost. Ghost puts up the shot off the rim, rebounded by Edwards, and there's the first 2 points for Gate City. Comes from Trish Edwards. Score is 4-2. Gate City still down by 2. Number 24 with the ball, Bledsoe of Rye Cove, passes into Duncan at the wing position, into number 42, turns and shoots. Shot is no good, rebounded by Edwards. Passes out to Morris. Morris pushing the ball down the court and tries to pass to Bellamy. Did get the pass there. Bellamy looking inside, finds Morris at the wing position. Morris giving a fake, cuts to the inside. Couldn't get the shot off. Bellamy comes in, pulls, shoots, and it's good. That ties up the score. Bellamy with 2. And the score is tied at 4. Passes to Duncan at the sideline. Edwards cutting that off. And it'll be White's ball. I believe it bounced off of Duncan before it went out. Bellamy with the ball, passing, trying to pass to Morris, broken up by number 14. Duncan comes in, shoots, misses. Morris with the rebound, passes out to Bellamy. Bellamy bringing the ball up, passes deep, tries to hit Ghost at the baseline, but it was too far above her head. She couldn't get her hands on it. Number 42 throwing in the ball for Rye Cove. That's Bowen. Bellamy knocks it away. Tries to come to the inside, and there is a foul called. I believe that will go against number 24. I believe that was either 24 or 14. I'm not sure. I didn't hear what he said. Morris throwing it in. It was against 24, and Bellamy tries to hit Morris and throws it out of bounds. And a substitution coming in. Tammy Carter coming in for Joanna Bellamy. 42 trying to pass in, hits number 14 back to 42 and to Bowman. And Tammy Carter knocks the ball away. Ghost getting the loose ball. Carter bringing the ball up the court. Passes to Morris at the wing position. Morris looking inside. Passes to Heather Smith. Heather puts up the shot and it's good. Smith with 2 for Gate City's first lead of the game. 6-2 is the score. Edwards tried to take the ball away there. Number 24 coming in, Bledsoe. And it'll be Gate City's ball as 32 got a hand on it as it was out of bounds. Johnston. Trish Edwards, timeout is called. I'm not sure if it was Rye Cove. I believe Rye Cove called the timeout. It was. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first period. Gate City is up by 2 points. They haven't really been able to get their offense started as of yet. Score is 6-4. Points coming from Trish Edwards, Heather Smith, and Joanna Bellamy for Gate City. The only 4 points from Rye Cove are Duncan's. That's number 30. Coach Blackwell wants to know why his team isn't getting the ball inside and making the baskets that they need to be making. They're having a few problems on the inside. That's what he's talking to Tracy Ghost and Heather Smith about. They're starting to get warmed up, though, and I believe we'll see more of them, more offense from them anyway, in the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first period. Again, they do come on in spurts. They'll score 14 points at a time. and then go through a little bit of a dry spell, but they keep their defense up at all times. Trish Edwards will be throwing the ball in. Rock Cove using a press for the first time. Tammy Carter got away from that easily. Passes out to Morris. Morris back to Carter. Carter cuts up between them, and a foul against Duncan. That's Duncan's first foul. Rock Cove has 2 team fouls. Bledsoe has 1 and Duncan has 1. Gate City has 1 team foul. That was against Tracy Ghost. Tammy Carter bringing the ball down to the top of the key. Cuts around, number 24, passes inside to Morris. Morris comes back, shoots a little bit short. Someone got a hand on it. Smith with the rebound, tried to put it up, and they got her on the hand. She'll go to the line, shooting 2. Foul is against number 24, I believe they said. That's Bledsoe's second foul then, if that's who it was against. May have been 34, I'm not sure. Smith misses the first shot. She's got 2 points tonight already. Getting a little bit of encouragement from teammate Tracy Ghost. Got about 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first period. Second shot comes out of the goal, and Morris tries to knock away from 42. Tammy Carter coming up with it, and she went across the half-court line. Backcourt is called as the ball was knocked away, having a little bit of trouble with it there. Number 42 will be throwing it in. That's Bowen. Throws it into number 24, Bledsoe, into Duncan at the baseline. Back to 42. Shot is up, and no good. Tracy Ghost coming down with the rebound. She puts up the shot. Lands it. She didn't know what she was doing, and you can see the confusion on her face. Not very happy about that play. And that ties up the score. And it'll be 24 comes up with it and passes it to Duncan. Tracy Ghost coming in to make the play, and she gets the foul. She didn't want another point given up. That's Tracy Ghost's second foul tonight. And the score is tied at 6. And it's Rock Cove's ball under their own goal. Number 42 will be throwing it in. That's Bowen. 2 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock. Bowen throws into Duncan. Duncan ran right into Ghost. Heather Smith with the rebound, and Carter pushing the ball down the court, passes inside, tries to hit Ghost, and she couldn't hold on to the ball. Pass was a little bit quick for her. And substitute coming in for Tracy Ghost, Beneva Bays. And Bowen throws in to 14, knocked away by Tammy Carter. Passes out to Morris, and Morris hits it for 2. And that gives Gate City the lead, 8-6. Morris trying to cut her off. Heather Smith runs over the top at number 14 as she went down onto the court. Both players are all right. But when these teams play, it's contact basketball. And that's tossed right back into Trish Edwards. She's got quick hands, takes advantage of it, passes out to Morris. Morris to Carter. Carter at the wing position finds Bays at the baseline. Shot was no good, gets her own rebound, passes into Heather Smith, and there's another 2 for Smith. Smith has 4 points now tonight. Gate City trying to break up the play, and a back court against Rock Cove. So we've seen one go both ways now. We've got 2 minutes left in the first period. Score is now 10-6. Gate City finally taking out into the lead. This is their biggest lead so far in the game. Tammy Carter with the ball at the top of the key, passes into Trish Edwards. Turning jump shot there just off the rim, and 24. Bledsoe with the rebound, bringing it down the court. Carter playing good defense on her. And she passes across court to number 14, over to Duncan, who passes into number 34 for the 2 points. Johnson with 2 now. Morris passes back to Carter. Carter passes into Edwards. Edwards coming down. Passes to Bays. Across to Heather Smith. Couldn't hold on to it. And Morris puts up the shot. And the foul will go against number 14 of Rye Cove. That's Shoup. That's her first foul tonight. And Morris will go to the foul line for 2 shots. Amy Morris has 2 points tonight so far. Score is 10-8 with a minute and 15 seconds left, and Morris hits the first shot. She'll have another shot. It's up, and it's off the rim. Bays getting the rebound, brings it back up, tries to get the hook in there. Number 20, Melinda Quillen with the rebound, puts it up, no good. And 14 comes up, that's Shoup with it. Morris has 3 points now for Gate City, and Bledsoe with the ball at the top of the key, trying to work around Carter. Number 42 from three-point range, sinks it. Bowman with the three-pointer. That ties the score up at 11 with less than a minute left. Bays with the ball, passes to Smith. It's knocked away, and it'll be Gate City's ball on their own end of the court with 43 seconds left on the clock. And Joanna Bellamy comes in for Amy Morris. Bellamy has 2 points already tonight. Carter with the ball at the wing position, brings it back to the tee, tries to work inside, passes off to Joanna Bellamy, shots up, no good, rebounded by Smith. She tries to get the shot up. Jump ball is called with 32 seconds left. It will be Rye Cove's ball. Bowen throwing it in for Rye Cove, finds Duncan alone in the corner, cut off by Bays. She gets in between them. Melinda Quillen tries to break up the pass. Shot was no good, rebounded by Melinda Quillen, passes out to Tammy Carter, pushes it up the court. She looks to Smith. Smith gets the shot. Smith now with 6 points for Gate City, leading Gate City scoring, and the ball taken away by Bays. Passes back to Carter, to the corner to Bellamy, and Bellamy hits it for 2. Bellamy has 4 points tonight now. And the buzzer signals the end of the first period. Score is now 15-11. Gate City with a 4-point lead over Rye Cove. Scores are Amy Morris with 3, Trish Edwards with 2, Heather Smith leading Gate City with 6 points. Tracy Ghost has not scored yet. We'll be looking for her later on. Joanna Bellamy with 4 points for Rye Cove. Duncan has 4 points. Johnson has 2, and Bowman hit a three-pointer to give them their 11 points. Two points are unaccounted for. I don't know whose those were. We'll be going into the second period here in a moment. Gate City will be coming out with most of their starters. They've got... trying to figure out who they've got out there. First they had 6, and 2 of them turned around to come back. They've got most of their starting lineup. They've got their height and their power in there right now. And relying on the ball handling skills of Tammy Carter and her quickness. Carter passes to Bays. Bays to the inside to Edwards. Edwards with her turning jump shot. Great shot. She hits it almost all the time. She got 4 points tonight. Bellamy got a hand on that. Pass deep to number 34. Johnson hits it. Johnson now with 4 as she eluded the Gate City press and was untouched. Carter bringing the ball down, works her way past their defense, tries to pass into Edwards. Edwards saves it. Bays with the shot, and Bays gets 2. Score is 19-13. Bowman passing into number 30, and she almost stepped on the line there. Good control. Back to Bledsoe. Bledsoe losing it. Bays almost came up with it, and she goes in for the rebound. Carter comes up with it. Carter holding on, passes to Bellamy, inside to Smith. Smith up with the shot, and it's good. Smith has 8 points now to lead Gate City's on a streak. Score is 21-13. Less than a little over a minute. And Rye Cove calls a timeout, I believe. No, a technical. They got a technical foul. That's what it was. I'm not sure if that was against the coach or one of the players. Joanna Bellamy shooting for them. She hits the first one. Second shot is up and almost bounced around there for a minute on the rim. Joanna Bellamy now with 5 points for Gate City. It should be Gate City's ball when they come back in. And it is. Trish Edwards will be throwing it in. Tammy Carter with the ball. Passes to Bays on the baseline. Bays looking inside, finds Heather Smith at the top of the key. Dribbles inside, passes back to Bays. Bays almost lost the ball there. Carter now with the ball at the top of the key. Gets a good shield there off of Edwards, and it goes out of bounds on Smith, and Bowen will be throwing it in for Rye Cove. Score is 22-13. Gate City has gotten off to a good lead. Number 24 passing in, and Duncan now with the ball coming across. Bays trying to cut her off. Smith reaching in. Good pass to Johnson. Johnson with another 2. Johnson has 6 to lead Rye Cove. Carter trying to get inside. Passes to Smith to Edwards. Edwards back to Carter. Carter setting up the offense at the top of the key. Comes inside. Passes to Smith. Good pass. Missed a shot. Got her own rebound. Put it up again. Missed it. And it'll be Rye Cove's ball as it was knocked out of bounds by one of the Gate City players. Score is 22-15. We've got 5 minutes and 56 seconds and counting. Passed off to Bowen. Bowen trying to work past Gate City's press. Got a good pass in, and Johnson again in the back court. She's got 8 points now, tied with Heather Smith of Gate City. Nobody's picking her up down there. The press is letting her get away, and she's scoring the points down there. Bays with it, passes into Smith. Smith puts that up, and she's got 10. Score is 24-17. Bowman throwing it in to Duncan. Duncan passes across court to 14. Almost lost it there. Bellamy trying to take it away. And again to Johnson. She missed that shot. Picked up by 14, and the foul is called. That will go, I believe, against Heather Smith. And it is. That's Heather's first foul tonight. Score is 24-17. We've got 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second period. Tracy Ghost is substituted in for Smith, who is leading the game in points. She has 10 points. Shot is up, and it's no good. And Morris comes in for Carter. Second shot is up, and Shoup gets it. That's her first point tonight. Bellamy bringing the ball down the court for Gate City. Looking inside, cuts inside, finds Morris at the top of the key, passes back to Bellamy. Bellamy to Ghost. It's knocked away by Bowen. It'll be Gate City's ball. Rye Cove not letting Tracy Ghost get onto the inside and take advantage with her height. Bellamy with the ball at the top of the key. Morris passes into Ghost. Ghost turns, tries to shoot, and 14 gets her hands on the ball, and it'll be Rye Cove's ball. Bowen throwing it in to Shoup. Shoup passes off to Bledsoe. Bledsoe trying to come in. Gets it across the half-court line into Duncan. Duncan puts up the jump shot off the rim. Johnson getting the rebound, knocked away. Bays comes up with it to Bellamy. Bellamy is tripped by number 42, and she doesn't look too happy getting up off the court there. The foul is called against 42. That's Bowen. It was her foul. She got, it was called a tripping foul, but it was, a pushing foul, but she tripped her, and Bellamy will go to the line. Not one of the players from Gate City that you want to send to the line. She usually hits most of her shots. She's 50% so far. She's hit 1 for 2. She was sent in for the technical shots. She's got one shot here. First one, she misses it. missed her own rebound, and Bledsoe with the ball. Morris playing some tight defense, and it gets away from Duncan. And it'll be Gate City's ball. Morris throwing it in. Score is 24-18 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left. Throws into Bays. Bays looking inside, finds Edwards. Edwards with that jump shot, just missed it. Bays comes up, tries to put it up. Johnson out to Bowen. Bowen to Bledsoe. Bledsoe bringing the ball down the court for Rye Cove. Passes to number 42, and Bays takes it away, coming down the court for the layup, puts it up, and there it is. Bays hits another two. She's got 4 points tonight. Bowen throwing it in, finds Duncan on the corner. Bays steps in and cuts it off, and the pass is long. Going across court, goes out of bounds. It'll be Gate City's ball. Score is 26-18. Gate City up by 8 points. And Heather Smith coming in for Bays. All of Gate City's starting players and substitutes play very good basketball, and that's what allows them to play good ball even with substitutes in. Bellamy looking to Morris. Morris to Ghost, and Ghost having some trouble tonight. Couldn't hold on to the ball as she cuts to the inside. She's trying too hard. She wants to have a good game tonight, and she's just pushing it too hard. Duncan with the ball now for Rye Cove, trying to push it all in, and Smith trying to cut her off, and Ghost getting a hand on it as she goes up. That's Tracy's third foul tonight. With 3 minutes and 27 seconds left, Duncan will go to the foul line. She's 100% from the foul line so far. She's hit 2 for 2 tonight from the foul line. She has 4 points for Rye Cove. First shot is up, and it's good. Substitute coming in for Gate City. Bays comes back in for Ghost. Duncan puts up the second shot, and it's good. Got 6 points now. Bellamy with the ball for Gate City, setting up their offense. First time they've actually called the play out there. Passes to Bays. Bays puts up the shot just off the rim. Smith trying to knock it back up, and she's called with over the back. That's her second foul. So pretty much the big people inside getting the fouls. Smith leading Gate City with 10 points. Has 2 fouls. Tracy Ghost, who has not been able to score yet, has 3 fouls. Gate City will rely on her defensively, and they'll be looking for her to score the points on the inside later on when the defense breaks down that Rye Cove uses on the inside. Shot is up and no good from Johnson. Smith comes down with it. Duncan gets her hands on it, and it'll be Gate City's ball. Trish Edwards throwing the ball in for Gate City. 3 minutes and about 10 seconds left in the first half of the game. Score is 26-20. Gate City has not scored in a few minutes. Carter coming in down to the baseline. Passes out to Smith. Smith to Morris at the wing position. Gives a couple fakes. Passes back to Carter. Carter inside to Edwards, and Edwards with 2. Edwards has 6 tonight. Duncan bringing the ball down court for Rye Cove. Morris playing the defense, and they all converge. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. She tries to go up, knocked away by Smith. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Rye Cove's ball underneath their own goal. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left. Score is 28-20. Shot is up and no good. Smith comes up with the ball, passes out to Morris. Passes to Carter. Carter bringing the ball across court, passes to Edwards. Edwards up, shot no good. Bays puts it back up. She was fouled. And the foul will be against Bowen. She's got 2 fouls now. Bays will go to the line. She has 4 points tonight. Shot is up, and it's good. Shot is up just off the rim, rebounded by Smith. Smith comes inside, shoots, and it's good. Smith with another 2. She has 12 points now for Gate City. Duncan with the ball. Goes through the hands of number 14 and picked up by Bays. Passes inside to Carter. Carter comes in, passes to Smith. Smith, it looked like she was fouled there. No foul called. Edwards and Shoup with the jump ball, and it will be Rye Cove's ball. Score is 31-20. Gate City with their biggest lead, an 11-point lead with 1 minute and 57 seconds left to play. Short pass. Tammy Carter got her hand on it to break it up. Passes to Smith. Smith puts up the shot, and it's good. She has 14 points now to lead Gate City. Bays trying to cut Duncan off. She'll be called with the foul. That'll be Bay's first foul. Gate City has been doing that a lot to slow down their fast break. That's the first foul that they've actually had come from it. Duncan will go to the line. She's 4 for 4 so far, hitting 100% from the foul line. Shot is up, and that's the first one she misses. Johnson with a rebound, cobbed by Bays. Bays. And then Smith getting her hand on the ball. Smith called with a foul. No, they called her with a push. I didn't see that. That's Heather Smith's third foul. So she could be in foul trouble in a little while. There's 1 minute and 39 seconds, and Duncan goes back to the foul line. She hits that one. Taking her time, the shot is up and no good. Bays with the rebound. Duncan with 7 points tonight. Bays bringing the ball down the court for Gate City. Passes off to Morris at the baseline. Morris puts up a shot off the rim. Bays getting the rebound. And a foul called there on Johnson, I believe, number 34 of Rye Cove. And that's what the call is. Johnson with her first foul of the game. Score is 33-21, and Bays will go to the line. She's hitting 50%. She hit 1 for 2 the last time she was at the line. She's got 5 points tonight for Gate City. Shot is up and good. That gives her 6 points. The score is now 34-21. Shot is up and just misses it. Bledsoe coming down with the rebound. Bays trying to knock it away. She plays aggressive defense. Shot is good. Carter bringing the ball down for Gate City now. Sets up the play. Passes to Bays at the baseline. Cuts in. Pulls up. Shoots. No good. Rebounded by number 34. That's Glover. And Bays putting the shot in. So Bays has 7 now. Excuse me, 8 points. Duncan bringing the ball down on what has worked all night for Rye Cove. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Trish Edwards. Passes out to Carter. Carter coming down on a fast break for the layup. Puts the shot up, and there's Carter's first 2 points tonight. Score is 38-23 with less than a half minute left to play in the first half. Number 12 with the ball for Rye Cove. And Edwards and Morris trapped. Pass out to Carter. It goes out of bounds. A little bit too long from Glover. It will be Rye Cove's ball with 16 seconds left on the clock. Melinda Quillen is substituted in for Trish Edwards of Gate City. Johnson with the shot. It was a hand on it by Melinda Quillen. Stopped the play, and a foul is called. I believe that will go against Melinda Quillen. Came in, played some good aggressive defense. She does get the foul. That's her first foul tonight. And Lisa Henderson comes in for the first time tonight for Amy Morris. Score is 38-23 with 8 seconds left on the clock. Number 12 shooting the ball for Rye Cove from the foul line. Shot is up off the rim, no good. That's Lane shooting for Rye Cove. Second shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Melinda Quillen. Passes off to Bays. Bays bringing it down the court. Passes to Glover. Glover puts up the shot and just off the rim. That'll end the first half of the game. Score is 38-23. Gate City taking the lead. From Edwards, and Bellamy cuts to the inside and gets the 2 points. She has 7 tonight. Duncan with the ball. Smith trying to cut her off. Slows her down. Gate City has the lead 40-23. Bellamy playing defense on Bledsoe. Bledsoe passing into Bowman. Bowman to Duncan on the baseline. Back to Bowman. Shot is up and no good off the rim. Goes out of bounds. Bledsoe tried to save it. It'll be Gate City's ball. Edwards passing it in. Bellamy bringing the ball down the court for Gate City. Setting the play up at the top of the key. Looks to Edwards. Edwards back to Morris. Morris giving a fake. Looking inside. Bellamy to Smith. Smith tries to get around, but you can't. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Rye Cove's ball. Bowman throwing it in. And to Duncan. Duncan puts the move on Tracy Ghost for 2. Duncan has 9 points now. Bellamy with the ball for Gate City. Comes in. Passes to Morris. Morris looks towards the inside. Passes back out to Bellamy. Bellamy inside to Ghost. Ghost to Edwards. Edwards looking in. Passes back to Bellamy. Bellamy with the shot off the front of the rim. Edwards rebound. Shot no good. Tracy comes down with the rebound. Shot no good. And Johnson goes down on the court and passes out to Bowen. Bowen coming in, and the charge. Amy Morris was set, and Bowen got the charge. That's her 3rd personal foul tonight. Bellamy bringing the ball down the court for Gate City, setting up the play, and gets a few good screens there, but the pass was not a good one to Tracy Ghost, and it was taken away. It'll be Rye Cove's ball. Bowen throwing it in. Gate City using the press. Passes back to Duncan. Ghost back on Johnson. Shot is up, no good. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Rye Cove's ball. Tracy Ghost has not been able to get on the scoreboard tonight. She's been trying to play the best defense that she can. She's been doing pretty good there, but she's been having a lot of problems. And Johnson travels. It'll be Gate City's ball. Edwards throwing the ball in for Gate City. Throws into Bellamy. Bellamy bringing the ball down the court. Does not stop to set up the offense. Pulls up, passes back out to Morris. Fakes off. Shoot, rebounded by Edwards. Shot is up and no good. Not sure what the foul was. It looked like a pushing foul. Number 30 with the foul. That's Duncan's 2nd foul tonight. Edwards goes to the line. She has 2 shots. This is the first time she's shot from the foul line tonight. First shot is up, and it's no good. Morris drops back to play defense. Edwards has 6 points tonight. Shot is up, and she strips it. Edwards now with 7. And Bellamy knocks it away, tries to get control of the ball. Could not get it. Duncan, loose ball. Knocked away by Smith, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Rye Cove's ball. Bowen throwing the ball in. Bledsoe with the ball for Rye Cove. Passes into Shoup. And Duncan almost losing the ball. Passes back to 42, back to Bledsoe. Bledsoe back to Bowen. Shot is up and good. Bowen has 5 points now. Bellamy bring the ball down the court for Gate City. Score is 41-27 with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Bellamy working her way in and out. Passes to Morris. Morris hits for 2. She has 5 points tonight. Duncan with the ball for Rye Cove. Smith cuts her off. Tries to slow her down. Pass inside to Shoup, and she gets 2. She's got 3 points tonight. Joanna Bellamy bringing the ball down for Gate City, sets it up at the top of the key, gets a good screen off of Ghost. Morris shoots again and hits for 2. Morris now with 7, and Morris is getting hot. Pass out to Bowen. Inside, Edwards gets a hand on it. Smith knocks it away and picked up by Ghost. Back to Morris. Morris brings the ball down the court for Gate City. Looks to Bellamy. Bellamy on the side. Passes into Ghost. Ghost spins, shoots. And just off the rim, rebounded by Smith, and looks like they got a hold of her shirt there. And that foul is on Duncan, I believe. That's her 3rd foul tonight. Duncan and Bowen both have 3 fouls. Smith puts up the shot, and she nails it. Smith has 16 points now for Gate City. Duncan cuts in between Edwards and Morris, comes in and shoots a short jumper there for 2. Duncan now with 11 points. Bellamy bringing the ball down for Gate City, cuts inside, passes out to Morris. Morris looking inside to Smith. Smith dribbles, shoots, knocked away. Ghost tries to take it away from Duncan, and she just works away from him, brings the ball down the court. Score is 47-31 with 3 minutes and about 37 seconds left on the clock. Bellamy tries to knock it away, and she was reaching in there. Caught on some kind of a hack or something like that. That's Joanna Bellamy's first foul tonight. And Bellamy and Ghost come out as Bays and Carter come in. Bledsoe with the ball for Rye Cove. Passes to Duncan. Duncan from the baseline shoots. Rebounded by Bays of Gate City. Bays looking to pass down the court. Dribbles instead. Passes to Morris in the corner. Morris puts up the shot off the rim. Gets her own rebound. Steps inside. Off the rim again. Smith trying to get the rebound. Couldn't get it. Bowen took it away. Duncan bringing the ball down the court. Passes to Bledsoe. Score is 47-31 with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Bowen passes to Duncan. Back to Bowen. Morris playing the defense on Bowen. Edwards gets a hand on that, and I believe they're going to call a foul against Edwards. That is her first foul tonight. She's been playing good offense and defense. And Lisa Henderson comes in for Trish Edwards. She'll get a little breather there. She's been playing some good ball. We'll give her a break. Edwards has 7 points tonight. Passes to Duncan. She puts it up, and there's 2 for Duncan. She's got 13 now. Carter with the ball for Gate City. Trying to work it down the court. Passes to Morris. Morris to Bays. Bays to Smith. And knocked away by Bowen. And it'll be Gate City's ball underneath their own goal. Morris throwing it in. Getting some screens on the inside. Finds Carter on the outside. Passes back to Bays. Bays puts up the shot. No good. Smith knocks it back in. But they caught the bottom of the goal. the backboard, and it'll be out of bounds, Rocco's ball, with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third period. Score is 47-33, Gate City by 14. Passes to Bledsoe. Gate City using press to Duncan, and Morris and Bays trying to stop Duncan. Passes to Bledsoe. Johnson puts up the shot, no good, and the foul will be on Lisa Henderson. That's her first foul tonight. It will be Rocco's ball underneath their own goal. Bowen throwing it in, finds Duncan, back to Bledsoe. Bledsoe tries to pass across to Bowen, finds her, back to Bledsoe. Bledsoe tries to fake Amy Morris, doesn't do it. Morris knocks it away, and number 22 tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds. That was Dockery trying to save the ball. Carter bringing the ball down the court for Gate City. Passes to Morris. Morris giving the fake. Couple of fakes there. Passes back to Carter to Lisa Henderson. Back to Lisa to Tammy Carter. Back to Smith to Lisa to Carter to Morris. Morris with the fake. Puts up the shot off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Duncan. Carter back on defense. Now Smith cuts to the inside. The shot is good, I believe. And she'll have 2 shots. She gets the points. That gives her 15, and she'll have 2 shots. Foul was on against Tammy Carter. That's her first foul tonight. Tracy Ghost comes in for Amy Morris. So again, Gate City is going to the height. Minute and 44 seconds left in the third period. Score is 47-35. Shot is up, and it's good. And Duncan now with 16 points to tie Smith with the lead. Carter bringing the ball down, passes to Bays. Bays into Melinda Quillen, can't hold on to it, gets away from her. It'll be Rocco's ball. Score is 47-36. Gate City with an 11-point lead with 1 minute and 36 seconds left in the third period. Bledsoe bringing the ball down the court for Rye Cove. Brings it to the top of the key. Tries to fake. Passes to Duncan. Duncan with the shot off the front of the goal. Melinda Quillen with the rebound. And tries to go back after. Bowen passes inside to Duncan. And I believe that foul will go against Tracy Ghost. Called with the hack, and that will be 4 fouls against Tracy Ghost. And they will send a substitute in for her. And the substitute is April Glover. Duncan with 16 points for Rye Cove, 16 of 36. Shot is up and good. She's hit most of her foul shots tonight. That's where a lot of her points have come from. She's made 7 points tonight so far from foul shots. And make that 8. She's got 18 points now to lead the game in scoring. Ball stripped away from Tammy Carter. And there's another 2 for Duncan, now with 20. Carter passes to Bays. Bays tries to work around, loses the ball. Carter picks it up. Passes to Lisa Henderson to Glover. Shot long. Rebounded by Bays. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Johnson. Out to Duncan. Score is 47-40 with less than 50 seconds left to play in the third period. Gate City with a 7-point lead. Bledsoe coming in. Passes to Johnson. Broken up by... She gets the ball back. Johnson is fouled by Lisa Henderson. Good defensive play. You have to make those. That'll be Lisa Henderson's second foul tonight. And Johnson will go to the line. She's been to the line once, and she was 0 for 1. She does have 8 points for Rye Cove. There are 36 seconds left on the clock. She's got 2 shots. First shot is up, and it's good. Cuts Gate City's lead to 6 points. Second shot is up, and it's off the rim. Rebounded by Melinda Quillen. Tries to pass to Lisa Henderson, and it goes over her head. It'll be Rye Cove's ball. Score is 47-41 with 33 seconds left and counting. Bledsoe to Duncan. Duncan back to Bowen. Bowen to Bledsoe, inside to Duncan. Ball knocked away, and it'll be a jump ball. And it's Rye Cove's ball with 23 seconds left on the clock in the third period. Gate City has a 6-point lead. Score is 47-41. Pass goes into number 22, Dockery. And they said Bay's got a hand on it, so it'll be Rye Cove's ball again. And Bowen will be throwing it in for Rye Cove. Throws it into Bledsoe. Bledsoe, they're looking for Duncan. They want Duncan to shoot. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Melinda Quillen. Tammy Carter bringing the ball down the court. Passes to Glover. Glover, the shot is up off the rim. Quillen puts a shot up, and it's stuck between the rim and the backboard. And Bays goes off the court to get a basketball to knock it out. There is 1 second left on the clock. It'll be Gate City's ball. They have a 6-point lead. Score is 47-41. Henderson inbounding the pass, could not get a shot off. Score is now 47-41. Gate City has a 6-point lead going into the final period of the game. They have a few players in foul trouble. Tracy Ghost, starting center, has 4 fouls and has not scored tonight. Heather Smith, the leading scorer for Gate City, has 16 points and 3 fouls. Other players, Lisa Henderson has 2 fouls. Joanna Bellamy, Deneva Bays, Tammy Carter, Melinda Quillen, and Trish Edwards all have 1 foul against them. Rye Cove, Duncan has 3, Bowen has 3, Bledsoe with 2, Johnson with 1, and Shoup with 1 foul. Duncan leading the scores of the whole game. She has 20 points in all. That's 4 more than Heather Smith has. Gate City has Edwards, Morris, Smith, Ghost, and Bellamy going in. That was their starting lineup at the beginning of the game. Last 8 minutes of the game, 4th period, and Bowen throws into Duncan. Smith and Morris on Duncan. Passes back out to Bledsoe. Bledsoe with the ball at the top of the key, passing back to Bowen, to Duncan, to Bowen, to Bledsoe. Johnson on the inside. Bellamy with the ball, passes out to Morris. Morris back to Bellamy. At the top of the key to Edwards. Edwards breaks to the inside. Jumper up off the rim. No good. Smith tries to get the rebound. It's knocked away. Dockery comes down with it. Passes to Bledsoe, who brings the ball down the court for Rye Cove. Passes into Duncan. Back to Bledsoe. To Dockery. To Duncan on the other side of the court. Shot is up off the rim. No good. Over the back. I believe it. And I believe they'll be shooting for it. Shooting it.